Hey everyone, how's it going? It's been a little while since I've done a video. Figured I'd do a quick, I don't know, figured I kind of needed to start making some more videos again. Watching some Rocky's War Room and um, Ian and a bunch of other people on the YouTubes and the wargaming communities making their videos of why, people made their YouTube channels and why they have videos and stuff like that. And kind of got me thinking that I should probably um, continue making some videos occasionally. If not anything, just give you guys regular updates what's going on with me. But another thing is, been a while since I've had a chance to do a painting. Moved houses, so it's been about 2 months or so since I've been able to do any painting. Finally got all my stuff set up in my room, my new room, so that way I can, um, get some painting done. Been a little while. And again, it's kind of the getting the inspiration back to do more painting. And Rocky has been doing kind of his own little, 30 minutes a day for 30 days challenges. Todd has kind of done the same thing. There's been a couple of them around YouTube have been posting updates on their own little motivational challenges that they do to help keep them motivated to paint. And that kind of got me thinking. And they make a lot of progress, and figured I should probably do something along the same lines. Unfortunately, my job doesn't allow me to do that, at least with regularity. Um, just for the simple fact that I'm not always home every day, so I can't guarantee myself, I'd be able to paint for 30 minutes for 30 days. But what I figured I could probably do is pick a large enough period of time, maybe say 120 days, and do an average of 30 days over that period. And, so 30 and 120, although not necessarily doing 30 minutes every day. If I probably average out to about an hour a day or an hour. Math is hard, but anyways, I could probably, uh, taking the average of 30 days a day, the amount of time that I would be home, I'd be able to probably, knock something like that out. Um, so I finally did get some painting on the table, get my stuff out, miniatures on the table, and I figured I'd just kind of show what I've done so far. So uh, back in April, went and bought some fife and drum miniatures. These are 7 Years of War Prussian. They're 28 millimeter. Really kind of my first serious foray in the 28 millimeter, especially historicals beyond, um, Dungeons and Dragons type stuff. I've done some Dungeons and Dragons here and there, but otherwise I've always done smaller scales. And originally I bought these back in April, and the intent, was paint up some 7 Years of War stuff with these guys. And I started painting a whole batch of them, kind of like how I would paint 15 millimeter and stuff like that. And it seemed like I would be spending hours upon hours and only getting, um, one, basically like, for example, their faces or their flesh colors. I had 2 units worth of 48 miniatures basically, and they had, uh, seemed like it would take forever just to do one thing, doing it on all 48 miniatures. But talking with Rocky and Hippie and Not Jay and a couple other people, they made the great suggestion: is just paint your miniatures a base at a time. I thought that was a great idea, so I've been working on this, guys. These 6 guys will be one single base, and did some whacking on them today. Um, the flesh and the blue had already been done previous to today, um, but I'd done their musket straps and the musket wood and their hair and the baggage, their facings. Their facings hadn't been done, so that's all today. And it was really kind of hard to tell, but also their waistcoat and their trousers, or their breeches, I guess it would be technically, are kind of an off-white ivory color. Um, I'm going to do probably not tomorrow because I'm working tomorrow, although I might be able to get 30 in tomorrow evening when I get home. But get in get the hat and the gaiters painted up. Those will be black. They've got the black cartridge box back here, and then a black sword belt that I need to paint, or sword scabbard that I need to paint up. But then do a pretty heavy wash. Give it some shadows and stuff like that, and then kind of go back over with the base coat and then give it a highlight coat. Kind of thinking I doing it like that. This is my first time dealing with, like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with 28s, and I know there's a lot more surface area to cover than what I'm used to with my 15s, and so I'm sure some of the techniques I use on 15s translate, but there's so much more to be able to do on this, and a lot more detail that you're able to pick out, stuff like that. So, but anyways, yeah. So other than the flesh and the blue of the coat, I did everything else today that you see painted on here, and that I think I timed myself. It was like 4.5 hours. So there's 4.5 hours out of my 60 hours have been completed today in a 120-day window. So I might be able to beat that. Anyways, it's just the details don't matter. It's just a motivation to paint. So anyways, little marching dudes. They look pretty sweet. I think these are great miniatures. I've got a lot more room now in my house. You can't really see it. It was a gray base coat, and then there's kind of sky gray on the straps there. Kind of use that as like the base coat color, and then give it a higher highlight of actual white because they have white straps. And the pants are also white, but so I did ivory on the pants and stuff, pants and waistcoat. But I wanted it to be, a different color than the straps, even though they're both white. So the whites are going to be a white, I guess, with the light gray base coat, and then maybe the pants might be a little creamier with that ivory base coat. And I think what I'm going to do with the pants is, probably give them, the dark shade to get into the crevices and stuff like that, and then go back a touch with the ivory and then off-white highlight, and then the actual straps themselves I'll probably do with an actual white highlight. Just give it just enough of a differentiation. But again, first time with 28s. I'm just guessing here and taking a stab at it. But yeah, that's day one of 120. 4.5 hours of work. I don't know. Doesn't seem like a lot of work done. I mean, I suppose it is, but I don't have anything to gauge it against. So, anyways, that's me rambling. Tomorrow I'll try to get an update for tomorrow, get some 30 minutes or maybe even an hour whacked out. Maybe at least I'd like to get the black on and then do the shading at the very least and call it good. But we'll see. But talk to you next time. Happy gaming.